Sonic Beats.
Hey, Beau here. Welcome to another beautiful day on Bear Island. Once again, I am stranded here with my co-pilot, Peyton. Peyton, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Excited for
yeah.
this
No,
one.
hey, man, we're balls deep into summer and feeling good, feeling refreshed, feeling easy and breezy.
Yeah.
Beautiful day on Bear Island.
We are so relaxed right now.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty chill, pretty chill. What you got today, man?
I want to talk about something.
Ooh.
Something of the utmost importance.
Okay. I can accept that you got something important to talk about.
Recently, we have both independently ventured to the movie theaters
Oh, yeah.
and have not discussed a prominent box office film.
Obviously,
We
you're
have not.
speaking of Little Mermaid.
Yes, of course. No, absolutely not. I am here to talk about the new Spider-Man movie.
Ah, okay. The Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Into the Spiderverse.
Arguably the Gwen Stacy movie. Arguably.
Arguably.
But I want to talk about it. Because from what I understand, and I don't understand much, we have differing views on this topic.
All right. Well, let's. Why don't you regale us with your opinion on the movie?
Yes, I would like to give my opinion, and it's why I'm so giddy to talk about it. I love this movie. I thought it was so good. And let me tell you why. Let me
Okay.
tell you why. Okay. Wait. Non-spoilers for anyone who's
Yeah.
watching this.
Let's not give away spoilers.
What do we want to do? A non-spoiler and then do spoilers later?
Well, let's do a non-spoiler
Okay,
now.
let's start with non-spoilers. The action scenes were great. I loved the action in the movie. I think they really utilized the animation style to maximize just the feeling of chaos in the fight scenes. Like, it was, I mean, there is not a single fight scene that, I mean, you know, you watch it and you're like, man, they're technically sound. You know, no, it's chaos.
Yeah.
It is very different. It's a mesh of styles, a mesh of various animations. And I loved it. I thought those were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the characters throughout the movie. I thought there's some interesting stuff that they didn't get to cap off, obviously, because it's a part one. It says so in the trailer.
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's not a spoiler.
Not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. It's a part one. Like, for anyone who might be jumping at that, it's a part one, so you know
Has
it's
someone
not
already
over.
jumped on you about
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, I got it. My buddy afterwards, actually, he, after the movie, he was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" I go, "Well, there's a third movie coming out, actually." He's like, "What?" I was like, we watched the same movie, right? Like, we saw how that ended.
Well, that doesn't sound like a disagreement. That just sounds like he's not very intelligent.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. But let's see what else. No, I like the characters a lot. I like what they did. I think they took their time with the story, as was the advantage of doing a part one of two. And I think they gave it time to breathe while also maximizing their action sequences. I think they set themselves up very well for a third movie. I will say that without getting into more details. And I just like the vibe. It was almost relaxed, and then when it picked up the intensity, it wanted you to know it, and you felt it. I most certainly did. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure I have more, but I don't want to delve too far into it with being non-spoilers and all. But on the whole, I loved it. I want to see the third one. I would have sat an hour and a half longer in the theater to get it, and I want more.
Oh, okay. All right.
What do you think, Bear Island? Beau Island?
So with what you just said into that regards, I feel differently about the movie because I will just tell you that movie couldn't have ended sooner for me. I was sitting there, and after that movie ended, I could care less about the third movie. I was uninterested. I was a little bit like I consider myself a mildly intelligent. Like I'm not a dum-dum. And I can tell you that a lot of the movie did not make sense, and I, on the whole, did not enjoy this movie. I feel like that the characters were not relatable, and I felt the two main characters were insufferable. And I thought that they took two characters that I cared about and made me not care about them. Like, I came out of that first Spiderverse movie, and I watched that probably 50 times with my kids when it hit Netflix. I thought it was a really good flick. I really liked. But one thing about the first movie I really didn't love is the animation style.
In the first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was fine. I really enjoyed the movie. But basically they amp up the animation style to the 10th degree. And for the most part, I just do not enjoy it. It's not an aesthetically pleasing art style to me. And I feel like the story should have been rushed. It was
should have been rushed.
They really should have got through that, because I have now went, and I don't even really know who I'm supposed to be rooting for in the movie, because there's the villain is likable, the heroes are not likable, and I guess there's supposed to be a hero villain and I'm supposed to not like him, but he makes a lot of sense to me. And I think the action scenes are fine. There's one big action scene which dragged on too long and was absolutely ridiculous. It was absolutely, I couldn't even believe it or why they were attempting it. And it was just, it went on too long, and for lack of a better word, it was stupid. And it didn't make sense. And only because a character was insufferable did it even occur. Actually, two insufferable characters basically propelled the entire story that should have been a nothing burger, but made it this huge multiverse movie. And I just, I when it was over, I was like, wow, I know they're setting it up for a third movie, which bothered me because I didn't know going in that this would be split. But like, it ended in such a terrible way that I was like, well, I don't even care. I'll wait for the third movie to come out on Netflix before I finish this. If I ever do finish it, I mean, I probably will. But like, they just introduced characters that I found unnecessary and kind of dumb. It just was like, what's going on? Like, half of the movie, I was just kind of sitting there like, what's even going on? And like, the motivations were not good. And the reason they're in the situation that they're in is kind of dumb. And I just not a fan, just was not a fan. And this is after being a huge fan of the first one. And I know that they're getting all kinds of, love and praise, but the two things that I hear a lot of the praise about is two things that I really didn't care for, and which is like the art style and the story. I did not think the story was good, and I think the main characters that they relied on were kind of brats, and just like, I'm not into angsty teen stuff, and they were angsty, and it was really off-putting. It just wasn't fun. Did not have a good time at that flick. Like, I was ready for it to be done.
Okay, can we get into spoilers now?
Okay. Spoiler alert, because Peyton wants
Spoiler
to,
alert.
Peyton wants to get into
We
details.
are 10 minutes in. If we can't get into spoilers, I don't know when we can.
You can't just do a high level rebuttal or.
It's hard because in order to rebuttal, I feel the need to point out, like, you might as well just start spoiler tagging it because.
Okay, spoiler. We're gonna go into a more discussion.
But basically,
of this.
we have differing opinions, and neither of our opinions are going to change after this.
I really don't want to go into spoiler territory, but you seem offended that I didn't like this movie.
I'm ready. No, I'm ready to talk about this.
Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So,
spoiler alert.
We're not.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler. We're starting now. Okay. So
Wow, he's really agitated right now.
No, I respect the animation. That's just a opinion. That's I can't argue with you about that. That's just a certain taste. All right, we're gonna. So that's done.
Yeah, no. Half the movie they'll be on a character and there'll be characters in the background and the characters will just be blurry and it's just weird and
I
unpleasing.
liked it. I liked the choice of colors that they would be using. For example, with Gwen and her dad, sort of in the background you'd have the in the first segment, the first 15-minute segment.
I want to preference by what you're saying is I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm saying I disliked it, and I can understand that the choices that they made, but aesthetically is one thing, but then story-wise, yes, did the movie had good moments and good Easter eggs and some cameos.
Some good Easter eggs.
Yeah, there was some fun stuff in there. I didn't say that it was completely devoid of fun, but in saying that, I felt like it just wasn't a good story.
See, here's where I want to rebut. Is I love that the main villain, Spider-Man 2099, well, one of the main villains, there's 3 they set up for the end of the movie. Yeah. But Spider-Man 2099, we'll call him 99. Or Miguel?
Yeah.
Is it Miguel? I liked Miguel, and I feel like I am hoping that we're supposed to be in a dilemma as an audience because they both make very valid points. And so when I was watching it, I just went with, that's my headcanon, is that they want us to debate about who's right or wrong, sort of like a Team Cap, Team Iron Man. Now, they definitely have a disadvantage because, one, we're not as invested in those characters. We never will be. But I'm hoping that they try to get
I don't think that's true. I think they made Miles and Gwen Stacy so insufferable that I'm Team Miguel all the way.
See, I didn't think they were that insufferable is the thing. I want examples because I didn't get bothered by them throughout the film at all. I was not.
The story didn't make sense in the light of it could have all been avoided. It could have all been avoided, and the reason that it wasn't avoided was an imbecilic reason. It was just dumb, and the whole thing is as long as Gwen Stacy didn't do what she did, then everything would have been fine. The whole multiverse would have been fine. And the whole point of the whole multiverse organization is dumb.
Well, I think that without Gwen Stacy, they wouldn't be able to win, presumably, the final battle they're setting up in the third one. Because Miles,
I'm not debating that. I'm just saying that the whole setup and the reason she's doing what she's doing and the whole reason that the mission that involves Miles was even necessary was dumb.
Well, angsty teenager going where she's not supposed to. It's not unheard of, that's the thing for me. I get it. I'm yeah, no, she's a teenage girl and she's running around where she's not supposed to. I just, I just chalk that up and I'm yeah, fair enough. And it makes sense. That's why I don't.
Well, and it's very selfish. She's very selfish.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Very selfish.
No, and that's the thing is I'm okay with that. I'm okay with watching that.
That's fine for story purposes, but for me, it was it just didn't ring. It didn't seem like it made sense. It just didn't. I get it. We want to just say teenagers are dumb and they do dumb things because they're dumb and they're teenagers. But then I'm watching this and I was just well, why? It just doesn't. It's just like for me, like a story usually should have some purpose behind it, but essentially they all, and like the reason Miles is so mad doesn't really make sense to me. He doesn't feel like Miles is bad too. He doesn't listen to his parents.
Well, that's classic Spider-Man.
But that's the thing is he doesn't listen to his parents, and then the reason that you would deem Miguel kind of in the villain format or antagonist format is because Miles doesn't listen to him. Like from a standpoint of he's trying to explain something, and Miles is so insufferable that he just doesn't listen to anybody. Like to all of his friends, to this Spider-Man who created this spider force, and this whole multiversal agency. Again, it's in the trailer. You see all these Spider-Mans; they're all teamed up, and then the action scene that comes because he doesn't listen.
I loved it.
It was stupid.
I loved that.
It was stupid.
I loved it.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Like it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. At all.
I enjoy it, but one, I enjoyed the dumb fun of the action scene, like just plain and simple. But then the reason I enjoy the story is because when you step back and look at it, every Spider-Man story is the same, and so in order to differentiate themselves, they made it a plot point. Like they sort of break the fourth wall in order to make an interesting narrative choice, and I love it. Like it's like, does Miles have to go through the trauma? Like he's saying no, Miguel is saying yes. Which side is right? And they kind of I like about the cliffhanger.
But that's again, I'm going back to it. That's stupid.
No, I love
like
it.
It's stupid. It's stupid that every Spider-Man has to go through the exact same thing.
Dude, the canon events. See, I loved that.
See,
I thought that was so cool. Well, because I've never seen that before. Why
would you have seen that? Like, why would you have seen that? Like, why would every multiversal Spider-Man have the same story? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Well, I mean, it happened in our real world.
What
Tobey
happened?
Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom, like every one of them. Every video game Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's
every cartoon. They've all gone through the same trauma.
But that's because
so they're playing on it and making it a story device.
That's them replaying the origin. But that doesn't make a solid storyline. Saying that all Spider-Man, because Miles never had to do that, and Miles is a Spider-Man. Jessica Drew, like, this is the thing about it, is there is more spider people in the same world as Spider-Man that don't go through the same things that Peter Parker goes through and are just fine being spider people. Like this whole...
Well, not in the movie, though. Like in the comics, Yeah,
but in the comic, in a lot of things, in shows, comics, all this stuff. So you can have spider people without the trauma. And then, I mean, that's why I was like, so basically you have this multiverse and... You have to have the same experiences as the other Peter Parkers, but like they're not all Peter Parkers. They're just spider people, which is then dumb because you're like, no, to be an actual spider person, you have to go through this trauma, which is just...
Well, it's not that you have to, it's that it happens. And I think that it's not so much your uncle, I think it's someone you like. For Gwen Stacy, it was Peter Parker. And Miles had his with his uncle.
Yeah.
But now it's with his dad.
I never equated that as the same thing as Peter losing Uncle Ben. Like Uncle Ben was never the Prowler and terrified people.
It was a twist on the same device.
But it wasn't. I don't think it was clever. I don't think it was awesome or fun. I just thought it was kind of stupid. And that's it. Like I just aesthetically wasn't super jacked about it. Story kind of was dumb, and I liked seeing things pop up like they have like Lego Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, I laughed my ass off.
Like that stuff's fun, but then like the scene, the big like climactic battle, which happens by the way, like
it's a 3/4 to the movie.
40 minutes before the end of the movie because the movie just ends. It just abruptly ends that Gwen's putting together a spider team.
See, I loved it.
For some reason. I don't even know why she's putting together a spider team.
Yeah, save Miles.
Why didn't she just transport to where Miles is at.
No. You gotta have a big battle.
Yeah, but it doesn't understand it.
But
and then
battle.
I'm not gonna give away what Miles is at or Miles is doing. But then so she just puts together this team, and then Miles is in this dumb situation, and then it's the people.
You didn't like that twist?
No, I thought. I
love that twist. I love that twist.
Why was that a twist?
Well, because they tell you it's gonna happen about an hour in, and then you still don't see it coming because it makes sense.
How did you not see that coming?
Oh, I didn't see
that
it
was
coming.
A twist to you?
Oh, yeah. Everyone in my theater gasped. Wow. I'm not even kidding.
It wasn't a twist. Obviously you knew who it was because the minute he
I'm just
saying the minute he gets there, they go, Miles, where's your dreads? And
did they say that?
Yes, literally. It happens to the first.
I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah, no,
I'm not even kidding.
I saw it coming from a mile away, so it wasn't a twist. I felt like it was just something to extend the movie longer than it needed to go. And I actually liked the villain, who's the main villain in the movie.
About the Spot?
Yes, the Spot guy. I thought
highlight.
He had
was
some
a highlight.
He had some really interesting things going on, and I thought that was kind of cool. And again, I'm not saying that it was lack of creativity. I thought there was a lot of creativity to it. I just thought borderline story was boring. It didn't make sense, and I didn't really see any twists or anything. It was, I could see it from a mile away. Whenever you give me an angsty teen doing angsty teen stuff, and you give me I don't like the last action scene, like the big climactic, because it doesn't make sense. We're just saying that this Spider-Man is so much better than all the other Spider-Mans.
He's an enigma.
No, it's stupid.
It was a specially crafted spider.
It's so
it was
dumb.
a specially crafted spider.
Not enjoyed it. Didn't make sense.
Wait, but what about the scene? I actually have one question.
And then he jumps from this huge height, and no one chases him.
No, 2099 chased him.
Yeah, but why didn't all the other 500 Spider-Man chase him?
Oh no, they were scared. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That one.
My point.
I have no answer
my point.
To that one.
That's exactly my
point.
Eventually,
I thought they ended up showing up or something, but I don't remember. My favorite scene in the whole movie, though. I hope we can agree on this.
But that was my point, though. It was stupid. Why was he the only one?
No, because the action scene was over.
Yeah. So plot point. So basically,
no, but because the action scene was over.
Because the story dictated that all the other Spider-Men stopped chasing him. Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
No, I won't argue that one. My favorite scene though in the whole movie, and I laughed my ass off, is therapist Spider-Man talking to Spider-Man laying down, and he says, "Dude's crying about Uncle Ben." Therapist Spider-Man goes, "Let me guess, he died." Tell me that didn't get you in the movie theater, man. Come on.
No, it was fine. It was fine.
That one got me. I don't know.
It was funny, but it was in all the marketing material.
See, I only watched the teaser, so that got me. I didn't see that at all.
I had seen it 50 times already.
Oh man, I was crying. Even now, thinking about it, it's so good. I'll never watch a trailer again. I will never watch a trailer again after that one experience. Are you kidding me? That was amazing. Deadpool 3, you will not catch me watching a trailer for that movie.
Oh, no, I like to get jacked up. I love watching trailers. Now, I will watch the first, major trailer, usually they'll, a few months before, or half a year, they'll pull out, the official trailer 1. And I'll watch that, and usually that's pretty good. But then, all the other, when you get closer to release, I don't watch the special sneak peeks or snapshots or anything like that. I'll usually watch the official trailer and
the first one.
Moved on,
not the second, not the third. Yeah, no, I'm the same.
I'm not gonna lie. During
way.
Endgame, when Endgame was coming out, I saw that second trailer. I was so jacked up.
The first trailer wasn't much.
But that was also a case of they didn't need to sell the movie that much because they didn't give anything away in those trailers, anything away, and I just thought that was gold. So I could watch those trailers all I want. But all right. So essentially, you love the movie.
I love it. You did not.
I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy
That's that, folks.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.